Alright guys, so it's time. I thought I'd make a quick video of one of the software projects that I'm working on. And this is for mid-sized businesses. If you have, let's say, a company with 100 people, if you're running a company with 100 people and you have different teams and each team does different things, right? You have HR department, you have a software development department, you might have a compliance department, you might have you know a sales department, and each of them do different things, and each of those organizations or each of these teams departments, they face different risk. And then what this software is going to do is it allows you to go and collect all of the risks that each of these departments are facing, and then bring them to one place, and then come up with ways to go and mitigate the risk, and then also measure what are my biggest risks, what are the biggest risks facing my organization, what are the mitigation procedures that are in place to mitigate those risks, and are the procedures helping? You know, are we reducing incidents as time goes by, or do we need better procedures for this? And that's what this software does. I'm almost done launching. What I did is I made a Trello board, and then I added all the things that I have to do, and then once all of the to-dos move into finish, then I'm done. So it's getting close. It's getting close. I think, I mean, I could technically launch it right now, but I'm gonna go on and wait a little bit. I'm gonna go on integrate some better error handling, and then yeah, I think it'll be in a good spot. So I'm gonna go and make a video, and then introduce it to people. I think one mistake that I made in the past is that when I work on a side project, or when I work on a startup, is that I never show other people how I launch these things. I always do this in the private. And then I was listening to Pieter Levels talk, and he launched one of his startups out in the open. He was streaming his all of his coding sessions into YouTube, and I thought that was really cool. So other people can see how he is coding and how he is launching all these businesses. And I thought I'm gonna go and do that from now on too, because I'm a software engineer, so and I love working on different SaaS applications, or sometimes I've made plugins before. So I thought, you know what, going forward, I'm gonna go and build all these things in public so that other people can learn from it. I know um, there's a lot of interest in coding, and maybe I can help somebody to go and learn, somebody to go and get better with coding. So yeah. So that being said, the software is almost done. Let me run my script. Um, so I'm using MySQL as the database, and then I'm using Python as uh, my server-side code. I'm using Python Flask because I like the simplicity of Flask. I don't like when frameworks do a lot of stuff in the background, and it's pretty easy to get going with Python Flask, and then get something up and running. I like speed over complexity. Um, if you're making enterprise software, if you work for Microsoft or if you work for Google, then it makes sense to go and use something like C# or Java, because the systems that they have are so complex that an object-oriented language makes sense. But if you're doing small to a mid-sized project, then I don't see any issue with using Python. Um, and of course, MySQL, it's free to use. One of my goals here was to go and one of my yeah, I have a mistake here. Okay, one of my goals here was to go and to make sure that um, I build the software as cheap as possible, So using Python and MySQL, what it allows you to do is to go and host it in any in different allows you to go and host it in Linux, so you don't need any kind of expensive server. This could run in a container, and that's all you need to do. So again, that's the area that I'm going. So what's going on here? I guess something is wrong with my script. I was making changes to this, and then all of a sudden, what did I do? 53. So column my tenant ID cannot be known. Okay. So something is wrong with my script. Just when I'm starting out, I thought, okay, let's see what the difference is. I think I made some kind of mistake. Oh, okay. Tenant ID cannot be known. So I was, because this is the thing, MySQL is just such a piece of shit. Okay, so why is this not working now? Let's see. Setup. Do I have? Okay, so this is tenant ID. Okay, so get tenant. This should. Why is this doing it? Okay, so let's see. Let's see what's in my table. We've got Chrome. Okay, one, and then set up data. Oh, you know what it is? I think my user ID should be one. So this should be one. This should be two. So I had a bunch of test users before, and like 53 different users that I was testing with, and I just cleaned up the script, and that's why it was breaking. So let me go and show you guys what this is about, and then I'm gonna go and make another video of how I build this, and then if I make more changes, I'll go and maybe live stream this or put up more videos. So let's do this. So let's see who my users are. So I have a user table. One thing that I have to go and do here is I have to go and uh, change, encrypt the password. So I haven't done that yet, but that's why I have to do here to encrypt the password. So before I deploy this, I have to go and do that. But it's good to go and wait till the very end to for this because I hate having long passwords when developing the system. So I rather just go and do that at the very end. So let's log in. Again, the login screen is not done yet. I have to go and, one second. I have to go and change, like the box. I want to go and move it to the middle here. And then same thing with the register screen. I want to go and kind of, shorten the border here and then move it down here. Which I'll do before launching as well. And maybe I should go on. I think there's a Trello. Yeah, there's something about logging screen. Make sure move the box. Okay, so this is how I track what I need to do before launching. So let's look at the email. Is Chrome at gmail.com. Password is pass. And oops, invalid credentials. What's going on? I thought the password. Oh, password is test. Sorry. So let's go and do the test here. don't know what's happening, but let's see. Okay, so this is what's happening. hmm so yeah, so this is how the software looks. In here, this is where we keep track of the different teams a company has, and then this is where we keep track of the users. Right now, I only have one user. Uh, these are the permissions. So these are the different screens that I have, and then different permissions that we can apply to the screens. These are the risk areas. These are the specific risks that a company might face, mitigation procedures, impact categories, and we use this to go and calculate different numbers. Key metrics. Again, I have bad data here. I'm going to go and put some good data in here before launching. Control policies, go here. Testing frequency, how frequent you test the control. Process frequency and testing frequency. So and we have a managed period. So how we track we track different tests via different periods. So I might some people might want to go and see how the risks are changing per period. Some people might want to go and see it by annually, by year, maybe by month. So it's just period allows you to go and run reports against different periods. And again, before I launch it, I have to go and really create more periods and then create more risks. Uh, and then when a user logs in, I want them to go and have a really good experience initially. So there's a lot to be done before getting this perfect, but essentially this is how the software looks. Um, and I'm using Angular JS for the front end and HTML. I like Angular, but um, because I learned Angular at my job before, and it's a pretty cool framework for the UI. But again, it's time consuming to go and learn it. So I think for my when I'm launching my next startup, I'm not sure if I'm going to use Angular because I feel like Angular 2 is so complex that it takes such a long time to go and make go and get things done, get familiar with the framework that for me it's almost not worth it. I rather I like speed over anything else, and anything where the learning curve takes a long time. I'm not a big fan. So I don't know for my next project I might use something else, a different JavaScript framework. But essentially this is how the software looks. We have different reports that we could run. Um, I'm gonna go and do another coding session where maybe we look at the code and see how this runs, and then maybe I'll sit down with you guys and add some of the functionality here. There's a lot of things that I want to go and do, still do before launching this to the public. So yeah, thanks for listening in, and then please subscribe if you want to. Um, I know I have a bunch of my side projects that I'm working on, and this is more of a startup. I want to go and get some clients to use this. I've already built this similar software for one of my other clients in the past. So the idea is validated. I just want to go and make a SaaS product out of it. So yeah, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll upload more projects. I'll probably do more um, live streaming when I'm coding, so you guys can follow. So thanks.